On primetime, a second man has been arrested in connection with the murder of Michael Castro. Plus, the Superior Court dismisses the waste-to-energy suit against KUAM. And the latest on our island possibly playing host to Afghan allies.
Hafa and good evening. I'm Tyler Matanani. Topping our news tonight, a second person has been arrested for the death of Michael Castro. Here's the latest twist to an investigation that first started as a missing persons report 8 months ago to murder.
32-year-old Troy Ryan Damien was booked and confined at DOC after being picked up by criminal detectives late Thursday. GPD Sergeant Paul Tapau.
Mr. Damien has been arrested and is confined for the following offenses of murder, aggravated assault, use of a deadly weapon in the commission of a felony, reckless conduct, discharge of a firearm, conspiracy, and guilt established by complicity.
Although GPD held back specifics about the arrest, a magistrate's complaint tells the story of what happened. And apparently there's an audio recording from a police source of Damien detailing how he and Nicholas Wayne Moore killed Castro. According to the magistrate's complaint, Damien was bragging about how he and Moore had been in a car chase on Cross Island Road. Moore was the driver, while Damien was the passenger shooting at Castro. Damien told him that Castro did not die immediately, so he began punching him. They then placed his body in a drum. The entire conversation was recorded by the SOI, who then turned it over to investigators earlier this month. The magistrate's complaint also details the fact that 2 pistols were confiscated from Moore's parents' home. One matched the bullets used in the murder. DNA from blood samples lifted from the gun showed a mixture of DNA from 3 individuals. One was a match for Castro, another for Moore, and the third showed no familial relation to either Moore or the victim. Could it be Damien?
Because of the sensitivity of the case and, of course, to protect the rights of due process for both Mr. Moore and Mr. Damien, we're going to refrain from expounding too much in the case.
Moore is currently on house arrest, being monitored electronically. He allegedly admitted to knowing Castro and having past dealings with him involving the sale and use of illegal drugs. According to an SOI, he alleges that Moore confessed to murdering Castro with a combat knife. He is next scheduled to appear in court on July 19th. His defense attorney Mike Phillips reacts to this latest development.
This is a real 180-degree turn now. But that is a big difference from what we were facing last week or so when we were before the court and he was the sole person charged and they accused him of the murder. They're saying Mr. Damien was firing a gun at Mr. Castro, and it was more of a chase. And so I think that's inconsistent with what they said so far.
Damien is scheduled to be magistrated on Saturday. Additionally, he does have a criminal record, as he was previously arrested on different occasions for assault, family violence, burglary, and disorderly conduct. He was last at DOC on June 10th after being picked up on a bench warrant, but he was released a day later.
Charity Murley Alex is prepared to go to trial. She's charged with vehicular homicide, vehicular negligence, imprudent driving, and no driver's license for the fatal crash that took place in January of 2019, which claimed the life of 77-year-old Yun Sik Park. Investigators say Alex's car encroached onto the oncoming lane, hitting the car that Park was driving. Park died several days later at the Guam Memorial Hospital from a broken neck and massive internal injuries. Her change of plea hearing is set for July 19th. His case will be referred to another psychologist for evaluation due to a conflict of interest. Emmanuel John Cruz Uggan was arrested earlier this year for resisting arrest after officers responded to a terrorizing complaint at Adelup. Uggan was a Bureau of Statistics and Plans employee at the time of the incident and was arguing with Adelup staff in the office. Officers asked him to step into the hall and told him he was going to be arrested. Uggan allegedly popped his knuckles and stared intently at officers and then stepped into the hallway. According to court documents, Uggan refused to be handcuffed and police had to use a taser twice. Again is on pretrial release with conditions not to possess any firearms or deadly weapons. Court documents state that when police conducted a pat-down, Again had a black folding knife on him. His next hearing is scheduled for July 23rd. The decades-old litigation over a waste-to-energy contract may finally be over. Superior Court presiding judge Alberto Lamarena has dismissed the lawsuit by Guam Resource Recovery Partners against GovGuam. The company was seeking a multi-million-dollar settlement for breach of contract. The late Speaker Ben Pangilinan led an effort to block the proposed construction of an incinerator by pushing through legislation that bans incineration in Guam. Attorney Tom Fisher represented Gita, the main defendant.
You know, they hadn't really done much of anything since filing the lawsuit. They hadn't even given us what lawyers call discovery. You know, that figured into the judge's decision as well. But they just were completely inactive. And then the protagonist, I guess, for GRRP was convicted of some sort of fraudulent tax matter, I think in Hawaii, and I believe he's in federal jail right now. You know, the judge dismissed it because you can't just, you know, if you're going to file a lawsuit, you got to push it forward. You can't just file it and then walk out the door.
Judge Lamarena dismissed the case with prejudice, which means plaintiff GRRP can still file an appeal. It's something that's never easy to report. Guam recorded its 141st COVID-19 related fatality on Thursday. The Joint Information Center confirms that the Guam Memorial Hospital Authority received the 72-year-old female with underlying health conditions. She was unvaccinated and tested positive for COVID on June 26th. The JIC also reports that 12 additional COVID cases were identified as the Alpha variant. On Thursday, the Department of Public Health and Social Services received the results from virus samples between May 13th to the 28th, which was sent to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. To date, 38 cases were identified with the Alpha variant, 8 cases with the Epsilon variant, 3 with the Beta variant, 1 with the Delta variant, and 1 with the Gamma variant. The bill to authorize the financing of the billion-dollar Healthcare Center of Excellence has been sent back to committee. Sponsor Senator Joe San Agustin made the motion after more apparent resistance to the measure. Earlier this week, San Agustin abruptly moved to set aside the bill, saying it was being overwhelmed with amendments. He said in an interview with KUAM that it was clear to him there were those who were trying to derail it. Today, he moved to waive going back into committee of the whole because the substitute version contained all of the proposed amendments. Senator Sabina Perez argued otherwise.
Not all the amendments that were uploaded were actually integrated into this current substitute bill, and there was new language that was added to the substitute bill that were not part of the amendments. And so that's one of my concerns, is that the bill has changed significantly, and I think that it requires a little bit more deliberation and understanding and comprehension.
If we waive the committee of the whole and we get to the substitute and they want the amendment in, I will be able to respond to that amendment if it's identical to what was proffered. I have an answer to every amendment that was proffered. Even with the change in verbiage, I have a response.
But San Agustin's motion to waive going into the committee of the whole was defeated. There's no word when the bill will be brought back. It was meant to get the ball rolling on Governor Lou Leon Guerrero's publicly stated goal to build a new hospital. President Biden today reaffirmed the withdrawal of American troops from Afghanistan by August 31st. Speaking at the White House, Biden said the U.S. has done what it went to do in Afghanistan, get the 9/11 terrorists and deliver justice to Osama bin Laden. But the department could spell danger for Afghan nationals who assisted U.S. troops. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby was asked about that during a press conference. And once again, Guam was mentioned as a possible temporary refuge site.
Can you talk a little bit?
The president said that the interpreters might be moved to facilities outside the continental United States. That is fairly limiting in the number of OCONUS facilities, potentially bases at Guam, or could you talk a little bit about what these potential facilities could be that the interpreters could be sent to?
So a couple of thoughts there. You heard the president say that the U.S. installations overseas as well as third countries, and we are looking at a range of options in that regard. You said it was limiting. I think I would challenge that presumption. You also heard the president say that of the 2,500 or so that have worked their way through the SIV process to that point, that less than half of them have indicated a willingness to move at this point. So the numbers wouldn't necessarily connote to a level that was so high that we couldn't manage it with either a range, with a range of U.S. installations overseas, U.S. military installations, or third countries.
Governor Leon Guerrero has written the White House expressing support for Guam as a refugee site. We spoke to the governor about that today. She said she has yet to be contacted.
I'm hoping that once they decide, and I understand they haven't really decided, but once they decide that they would give us some lead time for implementation. But regardless, we are already working and preparing for the event that should that happen, that we would be prepared, yeah.
It's not yet clear where the refugees would be housed if they are brought here. Stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
Half a day. As we look ahead to a brighter tomorrow, Matson's commitment to Guam and Micronesia remains stronger than ever. While the world around us is ever-changing, what remains unchanged is our commitment to you, our customers, and the island communities we serve. Shipping is what we do best, and serving our community is at the heart of everything we do. But we don't do it alone. This is why we support organizations that make caring for the people and the environment a top priority. We know that many count on Matson's lifeline services in the Pacific, and that's why we continue to work hard to ensure that our shipments remain on time all the time. Matson recently added another Aloha-class vessel to our schedule. We now have two of Matson's largest and fastest ships serving Guam from the U.S. West Coast and Hawaii. With our new state-of-the-art vessels, we stand ready to support the region's economic recovery. Thank you for the privilege of serving you for the last 25 years, and you can count on Matson to be here for the next 25 years and beyond.
And instant prizes from Foot Locker and Burger King. Win the best-selling 2021 Toyota Corolla LE, the crossover SUV 2021 Toyota RAV4 LE, and the dynamic luxury SUV 2021 BMW X1. The more you shop, the more chance to win. In the Micronesia Malls, shop and win.
Social distancing may be the new norm, but connection will always be our tradition. Through good times and tough times, we remain connected with you. Masks may be the new fashion, but protection will always be our style. You can always count on us to protect the things that matter the most. Sanitizing may be the new routine, but caring will always be our practice. We care about your loved ones and the things you value the most. And as we welcome our new normal, one thing remains certain: we will always be here for you. We're open and ready to serve you. Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust.
It's a special delivery to your inbox every week with your KUAM News Roundup, program advisories, and promotions. Sign up for the weekly KUAM Digital Digest today on KUAM.com.
Welcome back to the show. It was one of the most unique vaccinations promotions, dubbed Vaccinate at Gate 8. The event was sponsored by the Airport Authority and United Airlines. More than 100 people turned out to get their COVID shots at the airport today. It was a chance for them to visit the terminal and experience boarding a plane again. They also had a chance to win a raffle prize of a $100 hotel voucher. We caught up with the first lucky winner, 14-year-old Jaylee Usita Lee.
And what made you guys come over to the airport today and get vaccinated?
Well, I guess we just wanted the experience. It's very fun.
It was the airport's way of helping with the governor's drive to reach herd immunity by July 21st. Also on hand were officials from public health and members of the National Guard to administer the vaccinations. 7 wreaths were laid alongside the 20-foot-tall Laddystone waterfall earlier today during the Calagwak Memorial Ceremony in Barrigada. After not being able to commemorate those who sacrificed their lives 77 years ago during the COVID pandemic, veterans, residents, the Mayor's Council of Guam, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero, and Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenorio, among other prominent leaders, gathered Friday to remember the dignity of the Chamorros who fought for our freedom during World War II. In her remarks, Barrigada Mayor June Bloss thanked those who suffered, who were beaten, and those who were killed at Calagwak in Tidzin.
Governor Lou was in the legislature when the first bill.
Today, we stand remembering the tears of those who suffered in the war. May we never forget. Contra y peligro tafanatsu. Viva liberation! Viva Barrigada!
Memorial ceremonies are held across the island as Guam's 77th Liberation Day approaches. The next memorial ceremony is at 9 a.m. next Monday on July 12th in Manilao. Residents are invited to join the commemoration virtually on the governor's Facebook page. Caught up with COVID differential pay, Administration Director Ed Byrne telling The Link his agency is tying up the last loose ends after GovGuam workers faced in some cases month-long delays in the payment of COVID differential pay they received for work done during the COVID state of emergency. He says customs and others may see COVID cash as soon as today.
So some of those payments for today, now that we've got the GovGuam payday out of the way, and public health has also made some progress, a bit more spotty in public health. And when I looked at the report, they've paid some weeks but missed some weeks, so we're going back to them to make sure that we fill in the gaps.
Byrd adds DOA is also processing timesheets from mayor's offices. Mayor Jesse Alec, president of the Mayor's Council of Guam, has said mayor's staffers hadn't received COVID pay since January and that he was told it was a funding issue. But Byrne blamed the delay on the timely submission of paperwork. Byrne also said DOA has caught up with overtime owed to law enforcement agencies. Good news coming out of the Department of Rev and Tax, as it has processed and will be mailing checks or paying via direct deposit 1,324 tax refunds this week, totaling a little over $3.9 million. These include refunds that were garnished to repay GovGuam debts and are for error-free returns filed on or before April 6th of this year. DRT also processed additional EIP payments totaling almost $886,000 for release. From April 10th through July 9th, DRT has processed over 82,222 payments totaling $214.7 million. The emergency procurement of a financial management system continues to chug along. As Attorney General Levin Camacho tells The Link, if guidance permits, American Rescue Plan funds will be used to purchase the system. His office is also currently reviewing an RFP for it submitted by the Department of Administration.
Unfortunately, the law sometimes makes things go slower. So the ARPA or ARP came out, I believe the guidance on that was just issued in about 2 months ago. And this is new for everyone, and we want to make sure that we get it right when we're using these funds. We don't want the government of Guam to be on the hook to pay back millions of dollars if we don't spend it within the parameters. So we're working with the Department of Administration. We understand how important that project is.
A state of emergency for GovGuam's financial management system was declared via executive order last year, and a subsequent EO took procurement out of the chief procurement officer's hands and put it in DOA's court. DOA then issued a request for interest. Director Ed Burns said several parties responded, and now the draft RFP is being reviewed by the AG's office. While Burns couldn't provide a price tag for a new FMS, the legislature in its ARP spend plan submitted to Adelup, senators had proposed using some $9 million in ARP funds to purchase a new system. A little late for some, but they did it. In a few weeks, some high school senior students attending the summer school program at the Guam Department of Education will be walking across the big stage to grab their diplomas and turn their tassels. Unlike the traditional graduation ceremonies, this commemoration will be via drive-through, also known as the Grad and Go, due to the COVID pandemic. That's according to GDOE Interim Public Information Officer Michelle Franquez. The rainbow graduation is scheduled for 9 a.m. on Monday, July 26 at Southern High School in Santa Rita.
So I will be there live streaming on our GDOE Facebook page.
No exact number of those graduating high school from the summer school program is available because sessions are still ongoing until July 22nd. Coming up after the break, Dave Delgado is on deck with a look at local sports, and still to come, the Cold Stone Creamery birthday shout-outs. Keep it here.
Your community calendar is brought to you by Taco Bell. Whether it's your first meal or your fourth meal, we've got you covered. Taco Bell, live Mas.
Summer is here, and at Cars Plus, we have the perfect Jeep for your summer adventures. Whether you're going off-road or just getting ready to hit the beach down south, make this the summer event you find your Jeep, like the 2021 Jeep Wrangler or the 2021 Jeep Gladiator. Equipped with Guam's only lifetime powertrain warranty. Call us at 477-7807 or visit our website at carsplusguam.com to schedule a test drive today. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Half a day.
Hi.
That will be $20, please.
I forgot my Mobile Smiles Driver's Rewards card.
No worries. You can now use your registered mobile number to earn points.
Can I use my mobile number to redeem rewards?
Sure. Just show us your photo ID or driver's license.
That's easy.
For the different beats of your life, we're here to keep you connected the way you want it. Plans made for you, by you. Build your own bundle with Link. Select the internet, entertainment, mobile, and home phone plans that fit your lifestyle. Pay for what you want, not for what you don't. Build your own bundle and save with Link.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I'll get to some news out of the Guam Football Association in just a bit. But first off, some information on the UOG baseball program. Check it out. UOG's free high school baseball program has been extended for a few more weeks. Players looking to further their education and still be able to play ball are encouraged to come out and take part in the event.
We've had anywhere from 8 to 10 players come out, high school players come out every Saturday and go through some various stunts and activities that they normally wouldn't see maybe in their high school league. So we encourage all high school players or kids that are going to be high school players to come out and have some fun and play baseball Saturday morning at 9 o'clock at the George Washington baseball field.
COVID-19 protocols are in place. Masks must be worn during non-workout times. There will be temperature checks, and participants are asked to come early to sign in.
Working on throwing, and then we're working on hitting, maybe the outside pitch, the off-speed pitch. We're working on fielding, one-hand fielding, and using paddles and different things to get the kids to be a little bit more proficient. So we're going a little bit deeper. I wouldn't say they're called fundamentals, but we're going deeper into some of the body movements the kids need to learn.
For more info, check out the UOG Facebook page or contact the University of Guam's athletic department, or just show up at the GW baseball field the next 3 Saturdays at 9 in the morning. The Guam Football Association Technical Department is inviting all youth players born between 2008 and 2011 to take part in an open house and talent identification camp beginning July 19th. The open house, which will introduce youth players at all levels of the sport to types of sessions put together for elite selection teams, will take place on 4 days, July 19th, 23rd, 26th, and 30th, from 4:30 to 6:30 at the GFA National Training Center. Players must first register online by clicking on the Elite Selection Team web banner on GFA's official website, guamfa.com. The open house event is an opportunity for players, parents, and coaches to experience GFA's training sessions without the process of a tryout or scouting invitation. The EST program is designed to develop players, firstly, for our youth national teams, but players in our program participate in all levels of football on island. In addition to youth players, GFA is also inviting coaches at all levels of the sport to join the open house event. Coaches will see firsthand how sessions are created and executed on the pitch. That's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
KUAM Sports is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
And before we close out the news tonight, our latest round of birthday shout-outs from the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club.
It's official, guys. Breaking news. The weekend is finally here, so happy birthday to everyone who's been celebrating all Friday long. Led off by Joe Sean Uggan, who gets two of them. Twin greetings. Happy 29th, Sean, with many more to come. We love you. Always keep that Sean shine up. Nice. From Familia Uggan and Emo. And second birthday shout out, happy birthday, Shawnee. We love you always, and thanks be to God that he has blessed you with 29 years of living and forevermore. From Tasha and the family. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to Michael J. Happy birthday number 1 to our handsome king. We love you plenty. And Vanessa Boleto Guerrero wishing this beauty a happy birthday from Guam. We love and miss you, Vanessa.
Remember, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club by registering online at KUAM.com. Please make sure to include with your photo your name and birth date. And it's that time of the week where we announce the lucky winner of a delicious Cold Stone Creamery birthday cake.
Congratulations to the newest member of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club Winners Club, Jericho Padilla, who was born on July the 5th. You, my friend, are the owner of a delicious Cold Stone Creamery ice cream cake. We'll be in touch with you to let you know how you can redeem your prize. Happy extended birthday from all of your friends at KUAM and Cold Stone. Happy birthday, Jericho.
That's going to